Let us continue. What is it is meant by here? I'm writing again from the beginning. Just lost the track. Now, what we are doing, let us go through or investigating the performance of a representative reciprocating comparator. Now, how will you perform? How will you judge the performance of your compression? Performance of refrigerant reciprocating compression, and in terms it's measured in terms of refrigerating capacity is measured in terms of always refrigerating capacity of your refrigerator where this compressor used. It is measured in terms of the brake power, and brake power part constants are measured in terms of brake power per ton of refrigeration and total brake power. What is brake power? Here for compression, the input power that is required. So in terms of the input power part tonnage of compression, total input power which is received or which is called brake power. These two important factors is the important factor judging the performance or the parameter of the design of the refrigerating compressor system. Now, three important input factors are the evaporator or suction and condensation temperatures. Two important temperatures, are important. And evaporator temperature, the temperature and condenser temperature. That is lower temperature or lower temperature and higher temperature of compression. For suction temperature and discharge temperature. Suction temperature and discharge temperature. Now, what will happen? The effect of suction temperature or to the compression is first. Let us just see the effect of suction temperature. We are plotting the suction temperature here at the axis the minus 30 degrees in degrees centigrade, minus 40, minus 30, 20, 0, plus 5, plus 10, 15. This is the suction temperature. Now, is on the compressor representing capacity, it is the compressor capacity tonnage. What is the how it is the suction temperature important? This time it is going up. We see that representing capacity compressor decreases with the decreasing evaporative temperature. So it is increasing when this thing is compression is increasing. So temperature is also increasing. When it is decreasing, temperature is also reducing. And suction temperature also reducing. When suction will reduce, compressor capacity will reduce, and suction temperature will increase, compressor capacity will increase. It is due to the fact that low suction temperature, the vaporizing pressure is low, and therefore density of the suction vapor entering the compressor is low. As it is more or less dependent on each other, low suction temperature means vaporizing low suction temperature means low suction pressure or vaporizing pressure, and so the density of suction vapor entering the compressor is low. Hence, this volume is less, volume is remains same, the pressure is low, which is started to be density will be comparatively less. Thus, the mass of refrigerant circulated throughout the compressor partly decreases the decrease in temperature as the suction volume is less, density of the suction is less, then amount of the weight amount of the refrigerant which is circulating throughout the system is less. So it is the mass of refrigerant throughout the system part is less, that results in decrease in suction temperature for a given pressure. So first of all, the suction temperature suction if the suction pressure goes down, the suction pressure goes down, then the suction pressure also goes down, which means density of refrigerant at suction goes down, and as a whole, less amount of mass flow refrigerant flow of refrigerant. This is fast process refrigerant entering this process of mass flow is entering the compressor, is entering the compressor. Thus, the mass of refrigerant circulating in the system, it is reduced. and results in the decrease in temperature for a beam crystal movement. Now, what happens? The efficiency, the temperature reduces, the compression efficiency reduces, and part from capacity is also reduces. As it is producing, its COP is going on reducing it because this amount of mass is flowing through the system throughout the system. Now, less amount of suction temperature on compressor BP. The effect of suction temperature on compressor BP per ton of refrigerant and total break pressure, compressor break pressure, less amount of sub temperature on the compressor pressure per ton of refrigerant, total break pressure is shown here. We see the compressor BP, which is the compressor break pressure, means amount of pressure used equal to amount of input pressure and the total pressure. Compressor break pressure per ton refrigerant decreases with the increase in suction temperature. So it is the break pressure, it is reducing compressor break pressure with the increase in suction temperature, with the increase in suction temperature. This is the compressor break pressure here. With the increase in suction temperature, it is slowly going down. It is like a arrow, it is going slowly, it is going down. So and the condenser temperature remains same. But the total break power of the compressor is dependent on the two following factors: work of compression and the mass of refrigerant circulated per minute. So break power, the amount of input of power, the amount of power required by the compressor, it is depends on the amount of work you are supposed to do in the compressor, as well as the amount of refrigerant circulated per minute. So in order to decrease with the suction temperature, the work of compression temperature the work of compression increases, the mass of refrigerant circulated per minute decreases. The decrease in the mass of refrigerant circulated overweight the increase in work compression per kg. Thus, the net effect is to decrease the VP in the compressor with the increase in suction temperature. So, the decrease in suction temperature, what is going on? The work of compression, the suction temperature is less. So, you have to produce, after temperature pressure is less, you have to produce more compression required. Temperature and pressure, more suction compression, and increases work of compression increases. So mass of refrigerant circulate throughout the unit increases. The decrease in the mass of refrigerant circulate throughout overweight the increase in the work of compression per kg. So the net effect to decrease the total the amount of thus the net effect of total break power, my total power input in the compressor with the decrease in suction pressure is the net effect. Compressor capacity per ton is reducing, break power per ton is increasing, as a whole, compressor break power is going up. The next effect of condenser temperature. Effect of condenser temperature on the compressor representing capacity BP per ton of refrigerator. Here, what we see the condenser temperature. So far, we are discussing the suction temperature. Now we need to have the compressor temperature. Put here 30, 35, 40, 50 to the degrees centigrade. Now, break power. This is the break power per ton of refrigeration, compressor capacity per ton, and the compressor break power. Break power per ton of refrigeration, the total break power is shown here. The annual section is where Reaction temperature is kept constant to all sources, so you have to keep it from the increase in temperature and results in decrease the compression representing capacity. Then Cp part ton represents total BP. So increased condensation temperature, decrease in compression efficiency representing capacity, that is more increase in breakdown part ton of refrigeration, total break power means more power is required, but refrigerating capacity is reduced. That is composing money. I'm assuming consuming more power in order to make the same work output, same COP of the compression. So both the effect of suction temperature and discharge temperature has negative effect on the refrigerating capacity. Both reduction in suction temperature and discharge temperature results in reduction in refrigerating capacity. Initially, for the suction temperature, total mass flow refrigerant is reduced, and in reduction in discharge temperature, more power is required for make the more power is required to make the compression, and thus which results in less amount of power to COP or coefficient performance of the whole system. Just let us go through few problems now. Just 1 second. So let us go through one practical problem. An engine cylinder, single acting reciprocating compressor using R12 has the bore 80 mm and stroke 60 mm. The compressor runs at 1450 rpm if the condensing temperature is 40 degrees centigrade, and find the mass of refrigerant circulated per minute and the refrigerant capacity of the compressor when the evaporating or suction temperature is given as 10 degrees centigrade and minus 6 degrees centigrade respectively. Now, assume the cycle of simple cycle of operation and no clearance. Now, also determine the change in results when the clearance factor of 5% is considered and the index of isentropic compression is 1.1. Let us go through here. Just 1 second. Now, here, what is given? Diameter of the compressor. Compressor. D equal to 50 millimeter equal to 0.08 meter, and length, shaft length for getting in L is given as 60 millimeter is equal to 0.06 meter. Now, RPM given is given as 1450. Next, what is given? T3. It is if the condensing temperature is 40 degrees centigrade, condensing temperature it is T3, 40 degrees centigrade, centigrade plus 273 is equal to 313 degree Kelvin. What is shown here? One is line is there, another line is there, saturation line. This is entropy, S given here, pressure, this direction, and P2 P3 P4 P1 1 2 superheated region up to 0.3, and that is 3, 4, 2, 1. This is given as temperature is given as 40 degrees centigrade here, and once upon the initial coordinate it was given as 10 degrees centigrade. T1 or T1 10 degrees centigrade plus 273, that is 283 degree Kelvin, and if I put in structure temperature first 10 degrees centigrade, then minus 10 degrees centigrade. Also, we have another question. It is minus 10 degrees centigrade. That is 1 dash. For T1 dash, plus 273, 263 degree Kelvin. So we have two suction temperatures, T1 dash, are one condenser temperature, T3 dash. When there is no clearance, also given. There is no clearance at the end. Of compress between, no, not between, piston head and cylinder. So what happens? First of all, the V1 volumetric piston displacement at per minute. V1 piston displacement that is given as Vp or Vp piston displacement